Yeah, the locks. The locks, D Block.
He's making money in Europe now because they got D Block Europe. So he's got like D Block in Europe now as well, like rappers from Europe, like London, France, rapping under the D Block name. So it's like D Block Europe. So he's making money off them guys. He's doing well.
Oh shit. Are we live? Yes, we are. What's up, peeps? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel, RGT Podcast, episode 101. Good to be back behind the mic in your guys' presence. How you guys doing? Man, it's been a minute. How you guys doing, man? Good to see everybody. What's up? Shout out to everybody that was in here, to the 30 plus that was up in here waiting. Appreciate it. Definitely do us a huge favor. Hit that like button. Go ahead and share it out. Let's get more gamers in here. I do appreciate y'all as always. And yeah, thanks for rocking out with us. It is again, we here, man. Let's definitely get these intros out here. Let's just start the show that you guys been waiting for. I'm gonna start with our special guest. Now I had the Ultra Preset podcast as a guest for today, but Frogs, he had to go spend time with the wife. Obviously, it's Valentine's Day. Can't knock him. Hey, he's going to do that. He'll be on there next week. I already scheduled that with him, so it'll be next week. Merc, he had to work, but hey, we got 1/3 here. We got my boy Meds. So you already know. Yeah, we got 1/3. Ironically, he's RGT panelist, but he's mostly Ultra Preset. So
yeah, I was gonna say you can't say I'm a special guest, man. This is my house.
Technically.
I open up the fridge without permission.
Go ahead and do that intro, fool.
All right, yo, happy Friday, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm single as a dollar, so I'm over here with you losers here. Ryan, we've been talking lately. He's like, "Yo, Meds, like I'm on a roll with the channel, with the podcast. Like, he's got Geo Corsia. He's like, yo, I'm on a roll. Like, I'm in rare form. And like, honestly, I'm starting to feel underappreciated. So I'm gonna need you to come down here, do the podcast, so it can dip in quality, and then my fans can appreciate me more. So I'm here just to make the podcast worse. So, hey, everybody.
Well, you heard that live. Is the Messiah with us? I know he was muted.
Yeah.
Oh, he is. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man.
Good to see you. I'm thanking the PC community for getting me over the threshold, looks like. So, yeah.
We'll go and get that intro in there, my brother. Welcome. Good to see you.
Oh, yeah. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Shout out to all the people who've told their ladies that the couch pulls out, but they don't. And just glad to be here. And nursing a bad elbow. I fell down on my way to the store today walking, and
you old bastard.
Yeah,
need a Zimmer frame.
Yeah, and I don't it hurts on extension, not on flexion, so maybe Dr. Bo Hightower could do something.
You're gonna get hip, dude. You're gonna get hip replacement soon if you're not careful.
I mean, this is nuts. I've never felt anything like that before in my life, but hurts on extension, just kept it on ice. But yeah, thanks for having me. I don't think there's a whole lot to talk about though, but yeah, appreciate you.
Yeah, not a whole bunch, which was crazy.
I mean, I saw a lot of moist stuff happening online.
Oh,
I mean,
we're about to have fun.
The butter biscuits was flowing this week. So yeah, and a shout out to everybody who bought Dreams. I see where White Zaddy has given that a high score. So everybody who likes that game is enjoying it. Great. So shout out to Media Molecule.
That's a huge bitch.
I shouldn't be low now, right? I should be louder. Shout out to Jay Barry. Appreciate it, brother. $3 super chat. He says, Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. XOXO, best lips. Hashtag best lips. You already know. Y'all need to check out Jay Barry. Dude's hilarious. And of course, last but not least, my brother from the other side of the UK, Mr. Foxy Games UK. What's up, brother?
Yeah, man. I'm tired, man. My house is a mess. I'm moving home. I don't give a fuck about Valentine's Day. What's the next subject?
All right. Let's definitely get into these topics, man. Let's do it. Let's definitely do this. So, let's start with E3. Let's just start with E3, man. Jeff Keighley put out a tweet, man. For the first time in 25 years of his life, he will not be attending E3 2020. And the reason why he said is because E3 is evolving, or it's actually changing, but not necessarily in the way that he wants, as he's not with the flow, quote unquote, of what's going on with E3. So a lot of people are figuring that this is more likely going in line with what Sony said in the past, of them wanting E3 to be more like a fan service event where just gamers can come in to experience it and don't have to feel like they're pressured or hassled around like in a corporate fashion type of thing, So a lot of people are adding fuel to this, but he's no longer going to be. He's not going to be there this year, and there are reports going around that he could very well be hosting the next PlayStation event as well. Going around with this, so that's what's going on.
Yeah,
with
I'm not being funny though, but who watches Jeff Keighley during E3?
Yeah, I have no idea he was even there before.
Who watches that? Who watches that? Who gives a shit about Jeff Keighley doing the Coliseum?
Fanboys that watch Jeff Keighley.
No, but the thing is, right? But the message he gave, right? Fair enough. And don't get me wrong, I'm not criticizing him because I like Jeff Keighley. I got no reason to dislike him. So, but it was a bit melodramatic though when it was all read out, because I never read it. It didn't have to. Every bloody fucking YouTuber was reading it out for you. If you so happen to come across their channel, right? All the mainstream reading out it's like a fucking, when someone dies, and you leave a fucking what do they call it again? Or is it obituary? What do they call
Obituaries.
it? Obituary. Yeah, it's like, oh, this person was this person. Who gives a fuck, man? 25 years in the first time. Listen, man, nobody watched E3 for you. Okay. And he only had to say he weren't going to be. He only had to say he wasn't going to be there to make it so melodramatic. I thought I was like watching Phantom of the Opera or something. What's this?
Well, he's a big celebrity now because he was in Death Stranding.
Oh God!
But here's the thing, right? If you were the main focus of E3, I could understand. But people wanted E3. Ideally, people want to see E3 to see the PS5, the Xbox Series X, and games. Like nobody ain't tuning in and sitting there throughout the whole. How many hours does it go on the Coliseum? Usually, if you're making videos and you want background footage, you might find it by chance, just by searching YouTube, and you see that Jeff Keighley is talking to some developer, and it's good for your news, but you don't really. I mean, listen. I can only speak for myself. There might be people out there who are like sycophants, where they just watch him, love him, worship him, and they all they care about is the Coliseum. But I've never heard anybody
tuned in strictly for Jeff Keighley.
To me personally, and I know this is anecdotal, this is all my own experience, but also on social media, I never see people typing out, "Oh, I'm really looking forward to E3 for Coliseum." Never heard that. Never seen that. It's not. It just doesn't exist. That ideology just does not exist. So I don't know why he had to tell us in so dramatic terms. Just say, "I'm not doing E3 this year. Enough. That's it. Bye."
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think he's right.
It's like he was leaving his wife, Craig. It's like it's a Dear John, and he's writing his letter to his wife saying, "Oh, this is why I'm divorcing you."
Well, I mean, again, I agree the fact that the E3 has changed. I mean, it used to be they would show a game, they would announce the game, they would show the game, they would give you a release date. That's it. They don't do that anymore. But you're right. It was a little melodramatic. And I saw, again, the Butter Biscuits come out about E3 being dead. I'm like, I don't think it's dead. It's changed.
It just changed.
You know what it felt like to me? It felt like he was capitalizing on the in a like in a passive way. You got passive aggressive,
like make it bigger just to throw yourself in.
No, like I want to be part of that conversation when E3's dying. So let me just type this 25 years ago, and now 25 years later, I can't do it anymore because you know what? I see different things in the future, but I'm going to keep you all posted on my rock star career.
Yeah, no, I just think it's changed, and it's not what it used to be, and so that's it. I mean, I wouldn't go either. It sucks that a lot of people are, no pun intended here, pulling out. I mean, a lot of people just aren't going to go this year. So they were talking about the press.
It just
stuff
feels
was
incomplete without, like, you know, a 1/3 gone. It really does feel incomplete.
Yeah,
I think people are overreacting.
I do too. I think it has changed. I mean, when you have people talking about who won E3, it's like, well, the gamers always win.
Yeah,
Right.
but think about it. Who's not at E3? Like, think about the last 4 years, 5 years of E3. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then count back 2 years ago. Right, last year. Sony wasn't there, right? Now this year they won't be there. It's really only Sony because everyone else wasn't there anyway. Nintendo did a treehouse. They weren't really doing a live stage presentation. Microsoft's in their own theater close by. Like nobody, like EA's always got their Activision and Ubisoft. They do their own stage thing. It's just around E3, but it's not in E3.
Right.
Yeah, but there's people who don't. What you said is 100% accurate. There's people who don't understand that. They think, well, because it's happening at the same time, it's E3. It's just, no, they're just having a press conference. Like DICE had their thing today, and all these companies had their earnings calls. You know, they don't have to go to E3 to do this anymore.
But do people think just because Sony's not going to be at E3, that over the course of E3 that there'll be no announcements from Sony directly? Come on.
Well, people said Sony won E3 last week.
Bro, like,
well, I've heard quite a bit.
You don't have to be at E3 to make announcements around E3.
I want an Ellie machete. I want Sony to come out with Naughty Dog and say Ellie has a machete that you can go to the friggin' store to go buy. You know, because that's what I'm talking about. You know, signed by Ellie herself with blood from somebody. You know,
that'd be hard. You know, she's fictional.
Hey,
I know, but
shout out to Marlon Gaming Nation. What's up, man?
You know, but I want to see some games. I want to see more of the Avengers game. You know, so it's not that they won't have games there, but it feels like the way they do it now.
Do you know what it feels like, Craig? Craig, you know what it feels like?
Fellas.
Craig, it feels like we all used to go to your house, Craig. Yeah, once a year for a meetup, and like a few people have fallen out with you. So now all of us are saying, well, because you've fallen out with this person, we're not going to your house anymore.
Well, yeah, this to me, it's I saw that thing how they're not going and they're afraid to announce the PS5, but I just don't understand why there's certain people that want Sony to announce the PS5 when Neo is coming out in 6 weeks. MLB The Show will be out. Final Fantasy VII's coming. Resident Evil 3, they have marketing rights. The Avengers game, they have marketing rights. The Last of Us Part 2 is coming. They just released the game Dreams, and Zaddy loves that game. So somebody really would have to really sit down with me and say, when do we even start talking about this thing? When we
E3 doesn't have
IP.
E3 don't have to change. People got it all wrong.
I agree.
E3 doesn't have to change its format. You know what E3 needs to do? Change the date.
Fact.
Yeah.
It's at the wrong time of year. They can do the same thing they've been doing all these years, but if you change it to a different month,
like
away from that time. No, further down.
Further down? Okay.
September or August or late July, but not.
But when is the Paris Games Week?
Because there's a cut-off time.
Oh, okay.
There's a cut-off time, for certain companies where E3 no longer is fit for purpose in terms of their time scheduling, because it's moved on from trade show turning up to try and sell new technology at these trade shows. That's what E3 used to be, right? But because time's moved on, the only thing that E3 is stuck on is that date. Because Sony gave them a clue. Sony said it's the wrong timing for us, time of year. They were talking about E3 is in June, all our plans, and you know what I mean. They don't work out for that time of the year. So that was Sony giving them a clue. Change your date. Why don't you have it in November?
Yeah.
No one has a trade show. No one does anything in November.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, I want to make it clear. I don't like the fact that Sony is gone but I'm a traditionalist. You know, so I want E3. I want everybody to be there. I want the games to be announced at E3. I want to see the gameplay, followed by a release date. Everybody gets excited. We run to the store, put our reservations in, and then they delay the game. I mean, that's tradition. That is tradition.
But people are saying you can't do it people are saying like August is Gamescom. Like Gamescom takes up the whole of August. You know, the month is long, people. Like just because Gamescom is in August, why can't E3 be at the end of August or the beginning? It doesn't have to be near. Like 31 days in August last time I counted. Like, how long does Gamescom go on for? 2, 3, 4 days in the month?
Yeah.
So you can fit 4 events into 1 month.
It's all good,
Do you understand? So it's not really to do with some other shows going on that month. That's nothing. That don't mean nothing. Unless you have them on the same day or the same weekend or week, then that's a problem. But you could be either side of the month and it'll be fine, you know?
Yeah.
I say October would be good because it's just in time for the Black Friday holiday sales.
That's actually a good suggestion.
They could say release. They could do like stealth drops, shadow drops. You know what whatever the lingo is around that time. Do you know what I'm saying? Because games dropping from October, innit? The holiday games start dropping from October, November, right? So they could just choose. Why don't they choose October? Like, it's just a date, man. Don't waste money on influencers. Just change the date. The influencers, we don't want to see them.
Yeah.
Well, Mads, what do you think, brother? You quiet over there.
Nah, yeah, I was great.
I don't really have an opinion on this. E3, I don't think it's really in trouble. It's just like you said, it's changing. I think they can do some changes to, breathe some life back into it. Like, I think Ryan had a really good idea. Like, make it like a traveling show. Like, don't make it every year in
move
LA.
to different cities, give it different themes.
Idea,
But didn't we love it in 2016 though?
That was different though, because it wasn't like
But what
a whole
happened?
conference hall. They moved it to San Diego, I believe it was.
Yeah, was San Diego.
Yeah, but the format. I mean, not the location, just the format. Didn't we all love E3 2015, 2016? Didn't we love it? Haven't we loved E3? It's only since Sony has said, "Oh, we're not really doing E3." Suddenly, everyone's going off E3. Like, Sony's not the most important exhibitor. Don't get me wrong; they're my preferred platform, but I'm a realist. Like, E3 does not revolve around Sony.
No,
Sony just one of the people showing up.
That's 1/3.
So why does E3? Why is it falling downhill?
A lot of people don't go. Like, Nintendo doesn't do their stage show. They have like their games on the floor, I guess. But
yeah,
but we weren't complaining.
Physically on
No one was complaining. Yeah, but think about it.
And
no
Microsoft
one was
does their shit across the street.
Yeah, but no one was complaining until Sony said they're not doing it. Two years in a row.
Because Sony has the biggest fan base, so you're going to hear the complaints louder from them.
No, but even non-Sony fans have jumped on the bandwagon. You got all these mainstream saying is E3 dead
because
Sony's not.
Well, that's typical.
Sony's not going to. Because Sony's not going to. It's like me saying I'm not going to the nightclub for 2 months. Does that nightclub shut down because of me?
Nope.
Do they go out of business because of me?
I mean, now E3's dead because Jeff Keighley's not there.
I got you.
I think we'll somehow survive.
I got a feeling Sony was going. Here's the thing with Jeff Keighley. I got a feeling something tells me, and I'm willing to bet the farm if I owned one, the ranch, whatever, Dallas, that dynasty. You can have it all the oil fields. I got a feeling if Sony was going to E3 this year, you wouldn't be hearing this from Jeff Keighley.
You think he would show up? You think he would go?
He'd be there doing his Coliseum, wearing his puppet suit.
Any opportunity for him to get close to Kojima, he'll be there.
Exactly. He probably just heard Kojima wasn't going to be there. He's like, welp. That's always
there you go. There's your answer right there.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Ruham, $5 super chat. I appreciate it, bro. He says, "What's funny is Microsoft isn't going to be in E3 in the E3 building. They're going to be across the street, so technically they're not going to be there either."
Well, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Though people are starting to call out numbers. Oh, only 69,000 people. Only 80,000 people. Only this. But you weren't saying that in 2015. You weren't saying that in 2016. You weren't saying that in 2017. You only said it from 2018, 2019, and now because of Sony. No one went mentioning. No one cared about attendance rates. Yeah, at E3 if you were watching it for games. Only the people making money there cared about attendance rates.
I think it's a bigger issue now because Sony stopped doing the PSX thing as well. So it's like now.
Well, they slowed PSX down, I think. You're still going to get PSX. What I think PSX is going to be a lot bigger now at this point, I think, personally.
They haven't said anything.
That was Sean Layden's.
Yeah, that's Sean Layden, too.
That was Sean Layden's thing. He's gone. So, my man who's in charge now might have his own ideas.
Yeah. They already took away their main, their one of their main strategies. Remember how they were branched out with the different branches, and they each were responsible for their own set exclusives. Now it's just they're all uniform. with
But
the
what's
mindset.
what, does doxing have anything to do with it? Like people are
that's
coming up
another
with
big
Doxing was another thing too. That
that's
was
another
yeah,
big
but that's
thing. It's true,
reaching. That's
yeah.
reaching. That's reaching. Like that doesn't affect you, the gamer. Why are you using that as an
it's the
excuse that
journalists.
E3's
Yeah,
No,
that
it's
E3's
people that
crap?
don't want to go anymore because
Yeah, the
they don't feel safe, perhaps.
yeah.
No
We
one's
get that super
saying
chat
that
from
though.
Jemima?
No one said, well, I'm not going to E3 because of doxing.
Good point.
Right.
Yeah, you see the most.
But
Say
it's being
Sony.
used though by people in the chat
Yeah,
as a strong arm argument for why E3's rubbish. Like, come on, you weren't saying that 2 years ago. You're saying it now.
And again, I
Keep
don't
it
think
real.
it's
Keep
I
it
don't think it's
real.
rubbish. Yeah, I just think he got another super chat there, Big Cloud. But they got to I just think it's change. I think it is changing. And again, if all they have to do is march out there and say, "Welcome to the event. Here are the games. Here's the release date," and inevitably it's going to get delayed because that's tradition.
I just think there's too many people, too many bandwagon jumpers. That's the problem.
It probably is.
People got feelings. People got feelings over other people's feelings. It's not even their own emotions and feelings. They're just jumping on a bandwagon because a bunch of people don't like E3. Well, I won't like it then. It's fashionable. It's because it's the fashionable thing to do. Hate E3.
Is this mind share? Is that what everyone's talking
Oh,
about?
God,
Mind share to 83. Like I said, man, it's just
That's how politicians been fooling people for years.
Yeah,
getting everyone to trick each other.
Yeah, I don't think it's horrible. I just think that
you gonna love some of these topics, like Craig. Let me tell you, you're gonna love these topics.
But yeah, I've never seen a group of grown men be obsessed about numbers as much as. I mean, I understand there's men that go down aisle 5. Like I said this morning, they buy all the moisturizer in aisle 5 and they go home and they lather up good. But I've not seen people this obsessed with numbers ever. Ever. I mean, and I agree. I don't like the fact Sony's not at E3 as a traditionalist. I think they should all go. But I understand they want a different way to reach their.
You call out people for having fake outrage over E3, and now you're defending the ESA. Because they pay me, because they know who I am. Yeah, they send me a check. Yeah, I'm definitely defending them. Yeah.
Shout out to Jamaican.
My mortgage depends on them. I'm going to lose everything without the ESA.
My gosh.
Shout out to Jamaican Dixon, $2 super chat. Appreciate it, bro. He says the content matters, not what the show, not where they show.
But don't you think that's insane though?
I think everything's when I see.
No. You say something and someone creates this whole persona for you that you're suddenly a defender or you're it's like you could say anything and suddenly someone creates their idea of who they think you are just because of one fucking statement. Like they know you now. That's it.
People love butter biscuits. So they love their butter biscuits.
It's called false
like humans aren't nuanced. Like humans only have one fucking structure. There's nothing, because I disagree on one thing. Then I must be adverse to everything.
Well, no, I mean I did a podcast this morning simply talking about dreams.
Welcome to the interwebs.
How dreams has a pretty decent meta score for the people that use other people's standards. I'm like, according to Zaddy, this game is good. So I wonder what people are going to be complaining about. And somebody left a comment like, well, why are you caping? Why are you caping for dreams if you're not going to buy it? I'm like, how is me putting a picture on the screen and discussing how people love Zaddy and want to use this back and forth? Did
you reply to them?
I said there's a difference in showing you.
Shame on you.
Well, I had to because I mean,
would you reply to a dog barking crazily in the street? You'd walk past and ignore the crazy mutt. That's how you should treat these mad people on the internet.
But if they're nice enough to listen and leave a comment, I'll respond to them. But at the end of the day,
that's not nice. He's saying that you say you're a cheerleader.
Well, I mean, again, that's not nice. Butter biscuits. Well, I mean, again, my point is that, like Big Cloud said, that there is no nuance here. At the end of the day, you can show the article, you can leave a link to where the article takes you, so they can read it themselves, and they are upset. They're still wanting the butter the biscuit, So that's just, I'm just like, man, there's grown.
They want extra butter when you show them the
internet. That's what it is. The internet is a gift and a curse, but I'm glad it's here because without the internet, I'd never have known how many fucking stupid retards there were on this planet. It's like my radar. it's like a moron radar. The internet, like, you know what I mean. Straight away, you can find all the morons and avoid them.
Oh God,
You know, guys.
Carlos,
you know,
go
Mr.
ahead, bro. I know
Sapp,
you've been trying to talk. Go ahead.
This is the way things are going and heading. People gotta understand that changes have to be made in order for your format, such as E3, it has to evolve. You can no longer have it in the same format every single time, because eventually, just like how a car, it'll start losing, that steam, that extra push. You need to relubricate the parts. You need to fix everything. And what do? You get rid of the old car and get a new one. Plain and simple.
Well, this ain't about lubing up the parts. It's about these grown-ass men buttering the biscuits. I mean, that's what they want to do.
I'm absolutely loving the Forrest Gump reference. I'm just saying. I'm loving it in the chat.
Run, Forrest, run.
Stupid and stupid. I'm loving the Forrest Gump references. I'm loving that. I might have to use some memes for that for this show. I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
It's disappointing, but it is. I agree. It's the internet. Yeah. What did they say in episode 1 of Star Wars? The ability to speak does not make you intelligent. Most of y'all, a lot of y'all just need to shut up.
You're the one person that knows Star Wars episode 1 quotes.
Of course, I'm a big fan. Well, thank you. That's a compliment.
Sometimes the ability to think beforehand actually makes it better, but there's certain individuals that really don't think before tweeting at all.
Exactly. That's what makes them extra stupid, because when you say something without thinking, you can forgive that. Slip of the tongue, off the cuff remark, but you had time to fucking think and type that out, you dumb motherfucker. You had time to complete the exam, motherfucker. You had a limitless time to complete that exam. You had one job. Get the answers right on the exam. You had your whole life to think about what you're going to type.
People wonder why I'm so quiet on Twitter as of late. I'm playing games. There's too many dumbasses I see posting shit. I'm talking. Every day I see an unbelievable leak. I'm like, dude, okay, let me
still my favorite.
Let me get a drink here.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable
leak.
No, honestly, I don't know how some people actually make it to past any age. There's some people are so stupid. They should just die getting out of bed in the morning, like falling and banging their head. That's how stupid they are.
Oh shit!
No, seriously. Some of the things that you see people type, and it's not trolling. This is how they fucking think, and it scares me. Not in a fear way, like I'm afraid of them. It's like there are actually people on this earth with low-level fucking intelligence. I've spent time with pets that are smarter. I've had pets smarter than some people.
Yeah, my gerbil that got poisoned is smarter than half.
I had a goldfish. I had a goldfish that went round in circles, and that was smarter than some people because at least it knows why it's doing it.
My chihuahua is more smarter than some of these people on Twitter, and that is an actual fact because my chihuahua knows when to stop.
Well, these guys are just. I think a lot of them are saying things, and I've noticed this. I think a lot of them are saying things online just to get people to respond. Because when people don't respond,
you're just triggering people to get
But that means if you're looking for shock value,
exactly,
that means your life is so unexciting that nothing exciting happens for you. So you've got to create drama. Because otherwise you don't exist. No one's talking to you. No one even knows you're there. So you got to start some shit just so people know you're there. You know what I mean?
Well, I just don't let grown ass men get up in the morning and shave and eat a little something and then decide how buttery they can be is just amazing to me. But it's fun to watch. I mean, the news today about I'm not even gonna get into it because it was just too moist. But I love the earnings calls that these companies put out because then you get to see what games have done well, what games haven't.
Yeah.
And people today, on the Butter Biscuit, it comes out again, trying to say, oh no, this is what happened. It's like, look, here's an investment bank telling you exactly what has happened. So it doesn't matter what your goddamn opinion is. It's over.
Right.
Okay. You can have an opinion. You can say something's bad. Yeah, it's over. Your opinion is no longer valid for me in this conversation because.
Let me do a sound check. How do I sound? Does that sound good?
You sound good. Listen.
He said fix my mic. I was like, is it low?
Bro. We would know how you
Carlos
sound. So if we haven't said anything, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it's about
otherwise you're gonna keep reading the chat and then keep fiddling with your mic for no reason. There's nothing wrong with your mic.
Oh, it's Carlos's mic. Yeah, it's Carlos's.
Yeah, Carlos sound like he's talking through the world's smallest microphone.
He's got that the 2 cups on a string.
He sound like he's making. You know what?
I'm MacGyvering today because
you know, Carlos sound like he's stuck in 1981 making a long distance phone call.
My God. Yeah, you have to deposit another 25 cents.
He's like he's using walkie-talkies.
Nah, I'm MacGyvering today. There's some issues.
It's just. Let's say it's kind of. Okay, so you got like that scary movie thing going on. He's like, Roger, I want to talk to Roger. You got the little cup. Okay, I got you.
But if anybody wants to play the Division Part 2, let me know and I'll buy it and join anybody.
Let me skip this over here. All right, so.
But no, don't get me wrong though. I just want to say one thing before we move on. I'm sure some people are just trolling, and if you knew them in real life, you get on really well with them.
I wouldn't say
that. The problem is your first impression is your lasting impression. So if I meet you as a troll you will forever be.
Yeah.
Because you don't get no second chance on Twitter. Like you can't say to me, please unblock me. You were blocked for a reason. You stay blocked.
Right. The thing is, it's just a matter of like speaking to people on social media is just not a good, efficient way to talk to people. It's just not.
Yeah.
You can't convey.
You know what? One kid said to me the other day, I've grown up now. You know that? Meds, a kid, it must be a kid because I can't believe a grown man telling me this. Oh, will you unblock me? I've grown up now.
I've grown up now?
Yeah, I'm more mature now. That's what he said to me. I'm more mature now. You know what I said to him? Go pay your bill. If you're mature, go pay those bills. Don't worry about trying to follow me.
Oh God.
Hey man, you got them good news. It sucks when people that you actually need info from block you. Like Jason Schreier has me blocked, bro.
Jason who?
What
Jason Schreier has me blocked.
Jason Schreier has you blocked?
Yeah, because I called him out for some hypocrisy, and he was because he was. This was a long time ago. I don't.
He is simp. He's always been a simp. I'll tell you that.
He was shitting on like I think it was Star Wars microtransactions.
And
then like shortly thereafter, he was like praising Assassin's Creed $10 time saver microtransactions. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about?
Damn.
Like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I told him that he blocked me.
I lost respect for him when he started questioning gamers when he was basically getting mad at gamers because we were speaking our mind about microtransactions. He's like, "Oh yeah, I don't know what it takes to go into these games." Blah blah blah. I'm like, dog. So
that didn't make me mad because if I get mad, that means I value your opinion, and I don't value your opinion. So why do I have no emotion over it?
Yeah,
that's why I don't respond to every little thing because if I don't value your opinion, I'm not responding to you. Like there's no need.
The only opinion I value is Zaddy. That's the only thing I need. So.
Zaddy.
But no, I mean I don't disagree with it. It's just like when he said, that Horizon Zero Dawn was going to go to PC. It's like, okay, well,
we're still waiting on that shit. By the way,
we're still waiting, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. I'm just
coming after it leaves PS Now.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I said, well, if it does, it'll be at PS Now. But anyway, people have a right to say, when do you think, hey, you broke this story? Do you have any update? And if you he blocked people for that.
Yeah, so, he does.
So that's and you're asking him a legitimate question on something that he talked about. But at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. It's just at this point, you can say everything's going to PC because if you don't have to give a date. Then you don't have to give a date. So I'm saying, everything's going to PC. That way, I get that off my palate. People come to my chat, be like, "Well, when do you think this game will go to PC?" I said, "Look, they're all going to PC." So that's it. That way you leave my chat. But no, it's unfortunate. But yeah, I do think there are people that are trolling. I do think, and they want to rise out of people. And just like what happened with the whole rumor thing, and take it with a grain of salt. People are sick of that.
Take it with a grain of salt. Do I sound better now?
Do I sound better?
Much better.
Yeah, but again, to take it with a grain of salt thing had gotten to a point where people have just tuned it out. It's like a joke now. If you have to start your podcast with take it with a grain of salt, end it with that, then you're not to be taken seriously. So, and you can take
you can take this with a grain of salt. Let's get into this thing right here because I had to talk about this. Like I just thought it was funny as hell. So obviously, you know, Twitter is just a cesspool for everything, right? You're gonna get the trolls, you're gonna get the logical ones, then you're gonna get those ones who are just
The fake ass neutrals and influencers and trying to want to be Xbox ambassadors.
I was gonna call them assholes, but okay, you can call them that. That's fine. So there was an article, if I'm not mistaken, it was an article. One of the Sony executives stated that hardware sales shouldn't be like your main metric. He stated active users should be the thing that you be paying attention to, something like that. Is that what he said on Twitter? I think that's what he said. That should be the thing to look out for. And all of a sudden, so he says that, not only did I see a lot of people change their narratives, but I see a lot of people come out of their damn caves and go, see, I said this months ago. I'm like, dude, you've been dead on Twitter for how long? Why are you on my timeline with this shit?
Yeah, but you know what? You see how extreme that is.
Yeah, it's like
the man's made a statement saying it shouldn't be the only metric.
Exactly.
The word is only. Do you understand what I'm saying? But people take it as, oh, they're going full Microsoft.
Yeah, now they're going day and day. I'm like, do you guys ever just like take a look in the mirror and really process what you're saying?
They read what they want to read. They don't read what is being said. They read what they want to see, what they want, the narrative they want to run with.
The juiciest non-logical content for their little trolls to go and relish and spread misinformation.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It's just like I just saw like a influx, and it was like, dog, what exactly was said? I don't get it. You know that you guys like parading around here for. You know, I don't.
Dude, get it. It's like me saying the gamer couch. I'm no longer doing it every week, and then someone takes that and goes,
"It's over.
Never doing it again
forever."
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh.
And then Ryan announces that he's been doing it for 25 years, and then he won't be doing it.
One miraculous day, he just like
miraculous day. I got the flu. I can't do the show. It's over.
Well, again, what it is that what it shows me, my uncle, God rest his soul, would say is that people expose who they really are by what they say. These people that you're talking about, Big Cloud, hate. I mean, they hate it like I said, like a Jerry Curl hates an afro. They hate the fact Microsoft put games day and date on PC. They hate it so much that they read different things about Sony doing it too, because they hate it so much. They say they don't care. Well, if you don't care, why do you keep talking about it? You're the only one who keeps talking about this, even though it's like
morons.
Yeah, I heard a podcast the other day when Microsoft announces their deal with Samsung. I'm like, okay, clearly Samsung makes televisions, they make tablets, they make phones. They're putting their app on their phone. They're gonna put it everywhere. Samsung makes sense to go to. Apple is Microsoft's chief competitor. That is one of their ace competitors, and so they will probably go there too. But yeah, you want to make it so that the iPhone has to, people want it. People have to want it. But at the end of the day, they hate this, and they spin it every time. And every time you open up that hole under your nose and you say, "But they're gonna get it, kid. They're gonna give it too," you basically expose the fact that you don't like it. So you think everybody's going to go do it. Microsoft has to do it. Microsoft has to do it because people rejected their console at home. And they sold 30, 40 million more things than I sold. But people fundamentally don't want that console.
Yeah.
End of discussions. You gotta quit buttering the biscuits to the point where you can't see.
But Craig, I agree with everything you said. But what's worse? What's worse than these idiots saying what they say? I tell you what's worse. Us talking about these idiots saying what they say.
Yeah. It creates good satire at the same time.
But it's also but we're also talking about people whose opinions aren't worth a brass farthing. I've seen bird shit worth more than their opinion. So why do we put these people up there like this? Like what they say even counts. Like who gives a fuck what they think?
Foxy. But a question. If the bird shit's so fine and so well, they will actually try to lick that as well because there's a gold nugget, right?
Oh god!
But even a dog has a sense not to eat its own shit. A dog will sniff it and then move away. But these people will be talking shit and eating it.
Yeah, and again, they hate it. They hate it. Oh, it's going to be all metrics now.
Oh, dog. Let me go to you for a second, Meds. Man, let me go to you for this part right here, because again, I'm there's so much shit that I had to listen to, I have to hear, I had to see posted. So I'm guessing people are missing some key details here, right? So obviously you already know Xbox Series X. Me and you both are getting it, right? We already announced that we're getting it, but one thing people keep talking about, I keep seeing a lot of people talk about, not everybody, but a lot of people talk about. They say Halo Infinite is the massive seller that completely dwarfs anything on PS5. Now, granted, what is Halo Infinite available on as well, aside from Series X?
On everything, on the Xbox
on everything,
One,
right?
On the PC.
Mm-hmm. Now, last time I checked, isn't Last of Us 2 coming out, and that's going to be cross-gen with PS5? And
well, that's going to be. I don't know if it's cross-gen. It's just going to be backwards compatible.
Well, it'll be backwards compatible cross-gen, but you know what I'm saying. That's going to be a big thing. So it's like, I don't really see much. You know what I'm saying? They're going. Sony doesn't have nothing to really launch the system with. It's like both sides are going to rely on either cross-gen
how can
or
anyone say that when they haven't even shown anything?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is another thing. No details have been given. And then obviously when you bring up the rumor, keyword, this is a rumor. This is not been confirmed. Everybody in the chat, no, I say it a lot. It's rumored. It hasn't been confirmed. But Ratchet and Clank was rumored to be a first party like launch exclusive like lineup, you know, for the PS5 to be at launch. They compare Halo to that and they go, well, Halo dwarfs that. I'm like, listen.
I think Halo dwarfs Ratchet and Clank.
It dwarfs it, but here's the thing about Halo. Halo is in that state, right, where it's make or break. Is it not?
Yeah.
It's make or break. And dudes are acting like people are forgetting this. This is a fact. Halo Infinite has to deliver on both notes, the single player and that multiplayer. If it's not complete and it doesn't offer that complete experience that the fans been asking for, that's done.
Can I ask you
343
something,
is
Ryan?
finished.
Ryan, can I ask you something about that? And I'm glad you said 343 is finished, because I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. Because tonight, I'm the devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
I love PlayStation, but when I hear something I can't agree with, I don't just roll with it like Jeff Keighley. But here's the thing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You say that they got something to prove. Like, all right, they've only had one bad Halo game. That was Halo
I don't
5
think
Guardians.
they've had either. I don't think either.
No,
of
the
them have
campaign
been
was
bad.
awful.
It's just that, it's
Halo
just that
No, they don't have the
I liked
complete
Halo 4
package.
had good campaign and bad multiplayer, and then 5
I liked
had
Halo
bad
4.
Yeah.
campaign
I
and
liked
good
Halo
multiplayer.
4. I thought Halo 4 was good,
Mm-hmm.
right? In my
I
opinion.
liked it a lot. It's my favorite.
Just my opinion, though. So, you know,
Yeah, of course,
I
of
don't
course,
speak
of course.
for everybody. Right? Anecdotally, I thought Halo 4 was great. Okay, I didn't like Halo 5's campaign. I thought that sucked. The technology was shit.
I hated it.
The graphics were shit. The story was shit. The only thing I liked was the cutscenes. And I don't want to buy a game for cutscenes.
Right. You want to for the experience.
To me, that comes with the overall package. But I'm not buying a game just to watch the cutscenes.
Of course.
And enjoy them.
Of course.
But the actual game was boring. You had the same boss like 5 times. It was shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the multiplayer was good. But I'm not a multiplayer guy. So for me, that package was shit. Right? So in my mind, they've only had one bad wrong turn with a Halo game.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why they have to prove something with this one or they're dead, because they've only had one misstep. Like you make it sound like they've had consistent failures with Halo.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just feel that they always deliver. They always have to deliver, which is why Ryan said, they have to deliver on single and multiplayer.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
Agree,
we know they
agree,
can make a good campaign because they did it in 4. We know they can make good multiplayer because they did it in 5.
Mm-hmm.
We need them both in one package.
We need that when one perfect package.
I agree, but I don't feel like that's the end if this game doesn't get a Metacritic of over 85.
For a lot of diehards, like and keep in mind, me and Nedge, we talk to a lot of people who are diehard Halo fans, and this is like the common conversation. It always leads to this. What do they say, Meds? They go, Halo Infinite, let me tell you something, bruh. That joint better be perfect. Or I'm done, you know? Like, everybody keeps saying
when I
that's
say 343 is finished, Foxy, I mean, like, for me and for a lot of Halo fans that I know. Like, a lot of Halo fans that I know, friends are Halo fans just like me. Like, we've talked about it. Like, yo, if these guys don't deliver, we're finished with Halo. Like, it's over.
Wow.
So,
You'll come back, though, if they release a good one.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
I
think so.
But at that point, like, I wouldn't even... anticipated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I would just set my expectations.
I feel like if Halo is not a success, I think they'll just take it off 343 and get someone else to do it.
Yeah.
You think so?
I don't think
But who would they give it to?
The studio would be changed. Well, you make it sound like people that Microsoft have aren't talented. They may not be as talented as Sony, but they are talented.
Oh, they got talent. Yeah, they hired. Hell, the Initiative is probably that's more than likely going to be their best AAA budget studio from what I'm looking at, just from the talent that they got.
I believe, given the right amount of budget, I reckon even Ninja Theory could make a kick-ass Halo game. Don't think just because they've done these story-driven. Don't think because the studios they cater to a certain style of game that they're not capable of doing any other genres. Because people make that mistake. They think because David Cage, all he does is cinematic. Like he couldn't make a good first-person shooter. He couldn't do a good action adventure platformer. Like it's just what he chooses to do. That's what he wants. He wants to tell stories, and that's the best way he can convey that. That doesn't mean he can't make a good football game or a good boxing game, something way out of his comfort zone. But people always think because a studio is synonymous with a certain style of game, that's all they're good for. So who else can do it then? No, anyone can make any genre of game. It's down to budget and talent. Not just because we've been making Halo all these years, we couldn't do a Forza game. Of course they could. It's coding. What is coding?
I am still I'm still surprised we haven't even gotten none for that whole Fable. Remember Fable? That never surfaced, but
it's never been officially announced.
Yeah, it's never surfaced. It's like it always just dies in the conversation when you bring up something like that, like Fable.
Supposedly, it's like an open secret in the industry, though. Supposedly, it's like real. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I hope it comes out.
Done by Playground, so just like you were saying, Foxy, studio known for making racing games, switching it up.
Exactly.
Open world game. Yeah.
Sony did it with Horizon Zero Dawn and Guerrilla.
Do you notice that though? Do you notice that though, Meds? That a lot of people, they're so used to a studio sticking to something that they can't conceive of that studio doing a different type of game.
It's
There's a lot of that, isn't there?
Yeah.
I feel like they speak out of both sides of their mouths because like a lot of these guys are like, oh my god, this developer is so fantastic, they're the best, blah blah blah, and then they're like, oh, they're making a new genre. They don't do that. That's not what they do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, have faith. Like these people are good at their
That is
jobs.
true. That is true.
That's the mentality though, isn't it? As soon as a studio who's not known for doing a genre that the gamers like taking over an IP that gamers have been looking forward to, before they've even seen a trailer, they'll say, "Oh, the game's gonna suck," because this studio is used to making strategy games.
Yeah. Anybody else would add anything to this one? No.
Sometimes these developers they have to break the mold of being just conventional all the time and do something different. They have to.
I mean, didn't Retro Studio, like, give Nintendo as an example? Retro Studios, they made Donkey Kong Country, right?
Yeah.
And then didn't they do Metroid as well?
Did they make a Metroid?
They have made Metroid. Retro Studios have made Metroid games. Metroid on the Wii, and yeah, of course they did.
Yeah, I had to think.
Wasn't that?
Yeah, Retro made Prime 1, 2,
right,
and 3.
exactly right. So aren't those genres they so different though? I mean, compare Donkey Kong Country to Metroid, totally different.
Yeah. One's a side scroll, the other's a first person shooter.
Yeah,
but it's the same studio.
Exactly.
Okay.
But that's kind of a bad example because those guys haven't made anything in like 6 years, man. I don't know what the hell is going on over there.
That's Nintendo's fault, though, isn't it?
Nintendo know what they want. They want the Marios. They want the damn Pokemon.
It's Nintendo's money because they still got to pay them their salary. So if they don't have them doing nothing, they're getting paid just to sit around, isn't it?
Pretty much. That's right.
I mean, for Nintendo's content works for its demographic. Like that's something that they'll never change.
What is Nintendo's demographic?
Play for everyone. Very simple games that don't.
No, they're not simple games. Some people can't even finish Zelda.
They're for all ages. Let's put it that way. They're games for all ages.
Some people can't even get past a boss in Zelda. They can't even get off the plateau. They're so shit at gaming. Yeah, it's meant to be a kiddies game. It's meant to be for kids, but they can't get off the plateau. They can't even get off the Great Plateau. They're stuck on the tutorial. Cuphead is cute. Look at Cuphead. People
Maybe
be
they were
dying
reading
right at the
Sabine
start.
Takahashi.
Over and over. People be dying on Cuphead. Over and over.
We don't want to talk about the journalist who couldn't get past the tutorial level.
Right, look at Cuphead. It's a cartoon game, right? So when you say demographic, people think because a game looks kiddie. I'm not saying you, Carlos, but people do look at Nintendo like, oh, it's that kid-friendly company. But their games are fucking hard, though. I don't understand. I don't know any kids that can beat some of Nintendo's games. Some of them are hard.
I didn't beat Zelda until I was an adult, straight up.
Really? I thought you played it earlier.
I couldn't beat them. I played them, but I couldn't beat them.
Oh, you couldn't get past them, huh?
I would get stuck, and I don't want to look stuff up because I want to figure it out myself, and I just end up quitting.
I remember the old school Mega Man was a bitch to play back. Man, oh god, I didn't want to get into that.
I only beat Mega Man 1. Mega Man 2 was too hard. Fuck
yeah,
that.
I never got into the Mega Man games.
You never got into the old one? Oh man,
I really like
them. I miss Mega Man. I missed that whole thing, like, because it goes back years. It wasn't the character that I kind of resonated with.
Yeah. What's up, Cali Rex? Actually, that's actually one of my topics. I was going to throw that in there. Dreams officially is here. 91 on Metacritic.
Is it 91 now? So
people be praising people praise it, but they're not buying it. So
yeah, this is one of those. Yeah, I said it before. I said on Ultra Preset, right? Yeah, it was yesterday. I said it.
I'm not
like
buying
this is
it.
a
I'm not
niche.
buying it. I'm not buying it. So you won't hear me praising the Metacritic because I ain't buying it.
This game is pretty much a niche game for creators, but what I do applaud Media Molecule for, they're actually giving gamers the tools. You know what I'm saying? The early tools to really put out those creations, and that's what's cool about it. So
you paid $5 to ask me that. You could have just said it for free. I would have even agreed with you. But now I'm gonna talk even more. Pay more. Another $5 to shut me up. Ryan, I'm gonna make you rich. I'm going to take this guy's money.
What do you say?
I'm going to keep talking.
Oh.
I'm only joking.
Oh, God. Shout out to Game Goons. $5.
You shouldn't have had to pay for that, though, dude.
I don't know why you paid for that.
Let the other panel people talk. I would have done it for free, mug.
Oh.
All right, so got crazy. It's a hell of a week, man. All right, so let's get into one of the fire topics. So apparently, again, remember, guys, this has been the ongoing conversation. PlayStation is broke. Remember that. PlayStation is broke. Sony doesn't have the money. Sony can't afford next gen. That's why they're not saying nothing for PS5. Even though there were reports of coronavirus supposedly slowing down production for both PlayStation and Xbox, right? They don't want to talk about this. But again, Sony's broke again, right? Well, there was a report, this came out courtesy of Sony, that they spent $229 million to acquire Insomniac Games.
That's why they broke.
They broke, huh? I didn't think I see a company that was broke able to drop that type of loot on a studio. I'm just saying, you know?
I honestly, I think that was a bargain.
I think so too. Yeah, I think so too. They settled a little low.
It's not a lot. It's not.
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's not a lot.
For the talent,
Sony wastes more money than that.
Yeah.
You know, Sony wastes more money than that on failed projects.
Right. That's true. Absolutely.
Failed movies, failed projects, movies that didn't even get off the ground. They lost more money than trying to make a film.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, I think that
Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters.
A lot.
They're making another one.
That one looks more promising, but that last one, oh god.
With the women,
everybody knew that was going to be. Everybody knew that.
You know what's funny about that?
They make Venom.
You know, she blamed the men. I forgot.
Bro, that's what I was gonna say.
She blamed the men. I'm like, dog, stop.
That happened again recently with that new Charlie's Angels joint, and they blame men.
Yeah, it was what's her name? Elizabeth Banks. Yeah, Elizabeth Banks blamed men. She's like, oh, because men didn't watch. I'm like, I didn't know Charlie's Angels was a dude flick. I thought that was a chick flick.
Bro, if nobody went to see it, that means women didn't go see it either. Be mad at your team. Like, why are you mad at us? Why are you mad at us?
I mean,
your squad didn't support you either, man.
Hey, facts. Birds of Prey didn't get supported either.
It's trash. I saw that. I'm like, this is not that good of a movie.
Yeah, and the fact is that these movies aren't seen not because they have women. It's because they're bad movies.
Yeah.
Why blame men for lackluster movies in the first place.
Oh no, women are afraid of men.
Because you're a
women,
sexist
women
pig,
are
that's why,
afraid.
Carlos.
They are
Yeah,
physically
but didn't
afraid
Wonder
of
Woman
men.
do well? Didn't Wonder
Yeah.
Woman
Wonder
break
Woman
the
did very
box?
well.
Because it was a good film.
It was a good movie. Even though
Exactly. I don't think it's anything to do with sexism. It's just it was an awful movie. Birds of Prey.
Exactly. They don't see that. They see, oh well, it's all females, so that means that guys didn't watch
But
it. I'm
Shazam was
no.
rubbish. Shazam was
But
crap.
the first Charlie's Angels that came out years ago, it did well.
Did well,
I mean,
but keep in mind though, it had a more stars, it had a more cast, yeah.
Yeah.
It had a better cast.
You had Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu.
Exactly.
And,
Who didn't love Lucy Liu or Drew Barrymore, Cameron Diaz? Come on, let's be real here. That was like the perfect trio. And then the second one, they got Demi Moore. Glow. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Well, Lucy Liu needs to have my little cinema.
That was just crazy.
But nah, it's yeah, I know why they blame men because they're afraid of it. But at the end of the day, that the movie's trash. I saw Birds of Prey. It was trash. I'm like, it has good parts, but this I'm like, what are Harley Quinn's superpowers?
Well,
none.
you already know that fake outrage is gonna die the moment what was it, Wonder Woman 2 drops. So I ain't worried about it.
Yeah,
That's just
I'm
gonna
going to
die
go see that
immediately.
day one.
Yeah,
I'll
but
see
you know,
that day
Elizabeth
one.
Banks said that those movies like Wonder Woman succeed because they're actually male genres. Like that's what she said. She's like, oh, but that's an action
crazy
movie,
as
so
hell.
it's like a male genre. That's why it's
She's,
successful.
She's
People always wanna
crazy as
blame
hell.
others for their
I guess she
beliefs,
feels
man.
the same way about what's that movie that's coming out, Black Widow. I guess she feels the same about Black Widow or
And
damn.
Black Widow's gonna do numbers.
What about Elektra? Wasn't Elektra
Trash.
only?
No, that movie was
Nah,
trash.
Electra was
No,
whack.
it was
sorry.
That movie was
It was-
whack.
it was whack.
Even though I do love Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
but
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 it
it
was
had
trash.
action.
Had a lot of good action. Yeah, some good action. Yeah.
Yeah. The fact is, if you make a good product, people will support it.
Facts.
That's
You
true.
make a shitty product,
That is so
nobody
true.
cares. So,
Yeah.
You know.
No, I laughed at that. I mean, and you knew. I mean, that's why I knew when Brie Larson kicked it all off. I love what she said. Like I don't give a damn about you guys because that movie wasn't for you anyway. That movie went out, made $1 billion, and these dudes online were mad.
Yeah, they got
But,
quiet and dudes started making
yeah.
like 40 videos. I was like, oh Jesus, she
Yeah, well,
really got
Marvel
in your skin.
Yeah, Marvel bought the theaters out in China. And they're lying. We're gonna go see Alita Battle Angel. I mean, that girl looks like a football. and then
Did you
twist her head.
did y'all see the tweet? Did y'all see the pictures on Twitter of Robert Pattinson in the Batsuit or the new Batsuit?
Trash.
Y'all think
Yeah,
that-
trash. But
I thought
it's
it looked like
concept.
Daredevil. That was some real shit,
Yeah.
like Daredevil.
It's a concept.
Having like the gun in the chest is so cringe.
Oh my god.
That's the most, like I think Val Kilmer's Batman suit looks better than Robert Pattinson's suit. Even
Yeah.
George Clooney.
Yeah, but George Clooney.
Oh,
was
with the nipples?
Yeah, George Clooney with the nipples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
That's so full, bro.
that movie was so ass. I remember the dialogue of that damn movie. He was like, "Don't wait about. I'll cancel the pizzas." Then it goes into action.
So chill out.
It was so
trash.
ass. I swear to God.
Yeah, it was trash.
All right, get back on the game and time. So anyway, that was a small intermission. Anyway, we do that, people. We do that in RGT. Hit that like button. 211 people here. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate you. But again, Sony's broke. $229 million went into Insomniac Games, and
Oh, is that how much they paid for it?
yes, $229 million.
Wow. Well, that's that. I agree with Mez. That's a bargain.
That's an
considering all
insane
all
bargain
the
for a
IP.
studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all the IP.
Nah, they don't have any IPs, Craig. That's why it was cheap.
Oh, okay. My bad. Then.
They got Sunset Overdrive.
Almost
Yeah, Sony owns all those IPs.
Sunset Overdrive.
Microsoft spent like what $500 million on Rare Entertainment and
Yeah, but Rare got a lot of
Yeah, but
IP.
Rare had
They have a lot of
that
like
at
shit.
the
Yeah.
time were very successful.
I know, but as of lately, Rare hasn't been doing quite so
No.
well.
Now, in retrospect, it looks like a bad deal, but at the time, it looked like a great deal for them. It was just
it's like the
didn't work out.
Mojang. It's like the Mojang deal. People thought they overpaid. I'm like, no, don't make that money back.
Yeah,
You
they've
know?
already made that money back. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with Mads. I mean, in retrospect, it's easy to money quarterback. It's easy to do that now. But yeah, the Rare deal does look bad. But
Yeah.
the Insomniac deal right now, it looks like a bargain. But we'll have to wait and see. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Now there's reports going around that the PS5 parts cost around $450 per unit, and that Sony's quote unquote the difference in terms of price is going to be like $50 between them and the Series X, and Sony can't afford to take a huge hit on the hardware. That's why they're waiting for Microsoft to give the price. I'm just hearing so much shit, and it's going through one ear and it's going out the other. That's all I'm hearing. So
Ryan,
shit.
Didn't Sony take a hit with the PS4 as well last gen?
I said this shit every time, everywhere I go. It's like people fail to realize this. Sony takes a hit on every damn hardware. Sony took the biggest hit, record hit, right? That was with PS3.
Yeah.
Every system
that
do
cost
that.
$900 to build.
Yes, they took a shit ton. Yeah, they took $300 hit on that because they really were convinced that you were gonna buy it and buy the games with it. Because remember, they doubled down on Blu-ray. Blu-ray was not cheap at the start. That shit was not cheap, and their Blu-ray players was $2,000 at the time. Y'all remember that? Them things were ridiculous. So
that was something very very informative. But the thing is, right? All companies, right? They take a hit on profit loss every time they bring new things to the market. So it wouldn't be a first nor a last for Sony to take a hit, or even Microsoft itself to take a hit with their Series X console as well. So it's nothing new. People just needs to stop with the whole narrative that they're taking features away, they're doing this to.
I don't think either side will get rid of features. I think features are going to be fine. It's just the way they're going about shit. They're all doing different things in the way they're trying to get.
I don't understand that last month at CES, Jim Ryan and his bad hair came out and announced the PS5. That's it. I don't know what more people want. They're not going to push PS5 hard. Well, you got The Last of Us. They just gave us a theme. You got Ghost of Tsushima still coming. You got all these other games coming out. I mean, I understand, and shout out to Jemiah Dixon in the chat. He coined a beautiful phrase. There are people within the community. They want this generation to be over. They just want it to be over. But as far as the price, since the PS5 is going to be more powerful, it can be as expensive as it needs to be. So
even if I keep saying even if Sony doesn't have the power narrative, the power has always been
got the power narrative
in that damn games. It's been in the games. Yeah. That's the power.
They got the power narrative. The power narrative is dead. Sony got that too.
But of course, dudes. Again, I swear, it's like we're hearing the same arguments for Xbox. What's that shit called? What's that shit called? Project Scorpio all over again. I swear to God. I swear to God, it feels like I'm hearing the same shit from there. It's like, we got the power. I'm like, motherfucker, do you have a studio that matters right the fuck now?
I remember there was a guy.
I keep hearing this shit.
It will never change.
And that's all I hear. That's all I see on Twitter and social media. It's like, dog, can y'all shut the hell up, please? Every time somebody asks for games, motherfuckers get this weird look. They look at you like you just shit in their cereal. Type of thing.
Remember when Xbox 448 came on the Foxy Games podcast? And we were asking him, well, what about the price? I mean, the price is no, the PS4 played multiplayer at 1080p, and so I mean, he would not back off of that. So
that's just all I'm hearing is multiplayer. They always bring up that. They say that's the reason why Sony dominated this generation. When they fail to realize the person who killed Microsoft was Microsoft themselves at the start of this generation. That's what killed Microsoft.
Yeah, I mean, again, and the fact that it's going to be whatever price, it can be whatever price it wants to. I'd rather talk about MLB The Show, the Avengers game, Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us. That girl's got a machete, for Christ's sake. So I mean, again, that's what I'm talking about. I'd rather talk about that, or the flight simulator from Microsoft.
So you buying that day one still, right? Yes, just you're in
the flight.
Flight Simulator?
Yeah, and there's idiots walking around.
I'm gonna play that too.
Oh, so you getting it too? Flight Simulator?
Hell yeah! I used to love that game back in the day.
So my thing is this: do y'all think this is? I didn't mean to cut you off, bro, but I was going to ask you to add this on to what you were saying for Flight Simulator. Do y'all think they're going to get into the market with flight controllers then? Because remember how they made
no. They said, y'all don't think so?
Nah, y'all don't think so? Nah, there's a ton of accessories out there you can get already. We don't need another person.
What, the Razer
entity making them?
Okay.
Mostly Logitech. Logitech makes the best like hoary stuff. Ah, shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
But they're not talking about that game. I'm the only one I've seen really talk about that game, tell you the kind of planes they're going to have, the way the planes are going to fly. I've not heard that. I hear they don't talk about Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and I didn't know that game was going to be on the Switch, but apparently it is. And so
Day one?
I didn't know.
Reloaded on my PC.
That game's coming day one to Switch?
Shout out to J-Dub. He said that game will be on Switch, and I didn't know. I was like, oh, I didn't know.
I mean, the first one is that's not surprising.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not shocked either, but you know, when I heard somebody say that name another game on PS4 that's going to be as photorealistic as the flight sim, I mean, you want to say to this guy, look, you do know all the pictures that you've seen on this flight sim game have been off of a PC. Like everybody, I mean, it is. It's also something called a PC. I don't know what they're running it on, but you know, this is cringe as hell, man. I don't get this anymore. You know, it's just they don't even understand how to fly the plane. Well, how am I going to fly with my Game Pass? It's like you're not, you numbnuts. You're supposed to go get a hose. You know, so it's just it's crazy. It is.
But Craig, don't you know that every single time we have discussed, been shown, and how it is always put on a PC dev kit rather than the actual console itself. Remember last year's E3 or Xbox last presentation last year when they were showing off a certain title.
Oh, Anthem.
And they were saying, oh, it's running natively on Xbox hardware, but in return, it wasn't. It was actually on a PC kit.
Yeah,
well, that was that Cyberpunk game. Yeah, it was on something called.
For the most part, they always show games on PC. That's why people scream downgrade when they get the game later on their consoles because it was downgraded because when they showed it, it wasn't on the console.
The biggest smoke and mirrors yet, and it happened right in front of our eyes not too long ago was Anthem. Yeah, remember that shit?
No, the Division Part 1.
Division 2, yeah, the Division was 1 too. But
Ubisoft's the biggest offender of this.
That's true. Yeah, Ubisoft always acts like they got some crazy shit. And then they just they pulled the rug underneath you pretty much. Like Beyond Good and Evil, I don't even know what to expect from that game at this point.
Where is that game
at? That shit is vaporware, man.
That shit is back in developmental. I guarantee you it's probably just being saved for next gen. Guarantee you. It was never going to be a current gen game. It was never.
It had a talking chimpanzee, and apparently you could hit the X button and it would scratch his nuts.
What?
Yeah, like a talking chimpanzee or something. If you hit like a button, it would scratch his nuts or something.
Oh God!
So I wanted to play that game only for that. I was going to go to midnight launch for that shit.
No, right. Let's put something in instance, right? Notice how we're talking about actual content that we're willing to want to play, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to what other people try to put down certain situations and base it as like, oh, these people are just, they're talking bad about the brand. In reality, we just want the brand to do better than what it's doing right now.
Well, I don't get it. I just don't get how.
I mean, it's a new gen, but I'm hoping. I got my fingers crossed that we'll get better shit, and that's all I can really hope for from them.
Yeah. I mean, they're talking about 4K. We got VR coming.
Nah, they ain't talking about 4K. It's talking about 8K. It's on the chip. Stop.
Well, yeah, Well, I'm talking about Sony and Microsoft. I mean, I hope that. I never saw. I used to walk into the store. I'm an old man, but you used to be able to. You had like Nintendo stuff and Sega stuff and Neo Geo stuff, and you would kick yourself in the butt because it's like, man, I can't play that. It's on the Nintendo or it's on Neo Geo, and it's so lopsided, which is normal. That's normal consumer. Oh, here's where I'm at. Here's where the ecosystem I'm in. So, but it's like when we bought VCRs back in the day.
Yeah.
VCRs, everybody had one, and the only way you could get a movie is to have a beta player.
Have they has Ubisoft even said anything on like certain games? Like for example, Skull and Bones. Has anybody mentioned?
No, I'm waiting on that too.
Yeah, I haven't. Like, I'm wondering if some of these titles that we saw early last E3 are pushed to next gen titles at this point. Yeah, even within 2, for sure, it's next gen. That's not current gen anymore. That's next gen.
Even within, why? Is still within? Yeah, I guess you did a lousy job in Evil Within 1 because it came back for a sequel. Like, oh yeah, you didn't get rid of me, so I'm back, bitch. So, but at the end of the day, I do not understand I understand it, but it's there's just this underlying narrative, like you said, about the Xbox. And my favorite one is whatever Microsoft, I'm paraphrasing, whatever Microsoft did before the X doesn't count. It's like it doesn't count. Like Thanos snapped his fingers. It didn't happen. Here, this is the main console that we're talking about. And sure enough, like I said, they made a game that Sea of Thieves where a crack and looked like a ramen noodle with no salt on it. It's just they made Red Dead Redemption 2 with lower than low graphics. So congratulations, Xbox gave it to you. You got a game with lower than low graphic settings. I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah.
Like I said, because fat people don't fail cooking. There's alcohol at the liquor store. How do you have lower than lower settings? Because I can't find that on my PC. I mean, I have low settings, I got medium, I got high, I got ultra. I can't find anything for lower than low, but Microsoft did. So I mean, hey, look, shout out to the Xbox community. That is something Sony cannot do. So.
Oh shit. Hey Fox, you want to add anything to this, brother?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I was just worried about setting, making Goon Bitch emotional because they might spend all their life savings on chats.
Goon Bitch.
Come on.
I'm just trying to keep, I don't want to make anyone emotional and waste all their money on Super Chat, Ubisoft. I ain't got nothing to say about Ubisoft.
Yeah, nothing to say?
No, not about Ubisoft.
No? Like, what about their games? Like, what's coming out? No? Like, what you thinking?
I'm indifferent. I'm capricious. Don't give a fuck. Honestly, Ubisoft, they're not the highlight of any topic for me. They're not prolific. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with Ubisoft. They're just
the games don't connect to you.
I don't feel anything exciting to talk about for Ubisoft. What is there to say?
BitCloud, you say Assassin's Creed coming?
Assassin's Creed Ragnarok is I think that's the name. That's the rumored name, Ragnarok. Assassin's Creed.
Rumor, so we gotta take it with the grain of
salt. I guess you could take it with grain of salt. I mean, that was listed a long time ago. Ragnarok. I don't know why the hell they call it Ragnarok. It's a stupid ass name. I mean,
Ragnarok
because it's a Viking related.
Nah, I wouldn't call it Ragnarok. I mean that's the title. That's only that title only works for one game, and that's God of War. Call that God of War.
Well, no, Ragnarok.
Well, that's because it's the same setting.
I don't give a damn.
Oh, okay.
Only one game deserves that setting, and that's God of War.
Man, shut up. I actually really like Assassin's Creed, like the new style Assassin's Creed. I actually really like it. So.
Is it 1080p 60 on the X still? Or is it
I don't know. I don't know.
1080p?
Man, you got an Xbox X, right? And you got Origin, right? You have Origins on the X or on PC?
I have it on PC, but I know what it runs at on Xbox One X, and neither one of those
60,
games.
right?
No, neither one of those games. It's 4K 30.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go, Carl. I guess I've got a button. I had a button on my.
I
Xbox.
wish they had a 1080p 60 option, but even on PC, like that game's not well optimized. So
really, you got the.
Yeah, I heard a lot of complaints.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Odyssey runs like shit.
Oh no.
Yeah, you need a really powerful
PC Odyssey I enjoyed, but there is so much shit on top of shit in terms of side quests. Oh my god. You get overwhelmed,
It's grindy.
You really do get overwhelmed. I enjoyed the story though. I think they did a good job story wise, and the facial animations with the story were great. I do like the small, nice little touches. For example, there's Cyclopses and the Minotaur. That was cool. Stuff like that.
But see, I liked Origin settings more. Africa and all that stuff.
Egypt, that was a sick. That was sick.
But
pyramids.
If I do say anything about Ubisoft games, is they're really nice, but they feel like they go on too long.
They definitely wear out their welcome.
They feel like they're too padded. They feel padded. Like there's symbols everywhere, all over the fucking map. You feel like this is like a job, not a game.
Yeah.
Well,
someone should pay me to do all of this because it feels like a job sometimes. Like if only they didn't show it to you. If they did it like Zelda, where you don't see no symbols until you reach that location. But with Assassin's Creed, it's just all over the map. Say, look, you can do all this. It just looks like hard work. Not hard work like it's hard to play. Like it's just they ask for too much from you. All these little. If you're a completist, right? A completionist. If you like to complete games, like it may be that's something that you love, but for me, it's like I just want to play the story. I know you could ignore it, but it's distraction.
Well, I don't disagree with that. It is a lot, but let me ask you, man. You played Odyssey. Does it give you the same missions, but it makes them harder? Like if you don't do them, say you're level 29.
I mean, it's Assassin's Creed, so 90% of the damn tasks are involving you going around killing somebody.
Which I like to do.
Or retrieving something, yeah. So technically, you can say repetitiveness is a thing.
Yeah, it's repetitive. Yeah. Games in general are repetitive. I hate when people say, "Oh, I don't like the game because it's repetitive." Every game is repetitive. It's just a matter of
how you do it, you know,
or do you not like this repetition? You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Also,
at least with Zelda though, like you didn't know it was. If you ever got the feeling of repetition, it would be a surprise because that map is empty. There's nothing on there for you to say, I'm going there, I'm going there, I'm going. You literally have to get to that area before things show up on the map. And that gives it a sense of discovery and wonderment. And, you know, just that's what makes the game enchanting to me. But when they just throw all of the symbols on the map, like literally, you've just done the tutorial. Now you can see all these things you can do. For me, that takes away the mystery. Yeah. Why can't I stumble upon that incidentally? Why does it have to tell me exactly where it is?
Yeah,
I actually like that. I actually like that they show you.
Yeah. Do you? I used to, but not anymore.
I do know that some people don't like that. So honestly, they should just make it so that you can toggle it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do it for Odyssey.
That's true. You can do that, but it should be by default though.
Yeah,
you're right. You can toggle it, but that's like sometimes you want to play a game, man. You don't want to be thinking about, you know, especially when you're not on a PC and you're playing on a console. Like, you know what I mean? You just want to get in.
I wish Zelda had it because I explored Zelda. Like, I wasted so much time exploring areas in Zelda where there was nothing at. You know what I'm saying? And I wish there was like you know, symbols there to tell me, oh, there's nothing here. Don't go over there. It's a waste of your time. Because I wasted like hours in Breath of the Wild just looking for shit that wasn't there.
You see, I didn't get that experience. I got totally the opposite. I was always on the right track. It's just the only thing that stopped me from getting where I needed to go was environments. Like it was either too hot or too cold, or I always knew where I was going, but things happened along the way that I didn't expect. It wasn't on the map for me to see immediately. It was more of a surprise. Like I'm heading somewhere and shit happens. That's what I like, the surprise. I don't want to know that shit is going to happen if I go there. I want it to just, like in real life, you know, you don't get a pre-warning when you go to another part of the city, do you, where you live? Like if you go across town, like your brain doesn't say, oh, guess what? There's fights going on there. Don't go there. That doesn't happen for you. You don't have a map saying, oh, look, if you go to this area, you know, this is happening. Like you end up there and then you see this shit happen. It's more of, for me, that's more of a surprise. I mean, everyone's different.
Yeah. I like Assassin's Creed. I collected all those like relic things. The hardest fight ever for me is that Medusa fight. It took me like 2 hours to beat her. Way harder than there's something called a Sawmill Horde. The Sawmill Horde is the second most disappointing thing this generation.
That is one of the funnest damn battles in that game, but at the same time, I get you. It's like you can't recycle it because it's like the game only processes it one time. It is like once you beat it, it's done. Which it was done. And you could tell that was the CPU limitation because you notice like when they're all like together, like walking away,
you see a lot of stuttering. You see
stuttering, and then like you see when they further like they do that technique from Spider-Man. Y'all remember when y'all play Spider-Man on PS4? Y'all get farther away from like the target, it starts to fade away. They start to fade away and do all that. That's their trick. So
I like that though. I like that.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's better than stopping the game. It's better than stopping the game and saying you failed, and then you have to load that part again.
Yeah, there were things you could just do. I'm thinking, okay, does anybody not see all the places you can go to thin them out where their numbers don't matter? That bridge, I sabotaged that little bitty wooden bridge behind the sawmill. And when they chased me back there, I just blew that up, and that took down like 70,
like 30 of them.
I was like, man, this is stupid. stupid. You know,
I can only imagine.
What game are you talking about?
You're talking about Days Gone. Remember the Sawmill Horde, the biggest horde in the game?
I thought you guys were talking about Assassin's Creed because I don't remember no sword.
You talking about the Sawmill Horde?
Well, no, like I said, it was just the game itself was fun. That fight was more disappointing than Mass Effect 2, which I didn't, or Mass Effect Andromeda, which I didn't think was possible. But you know, again, the game
it's crazy. It's crazy. That game is all, and it's not even like, honestly, it's not even that nerve wracking like I thought it was gonna be. Like it's a great game for what it tries to do. It's just the hardware limitations that just get in the way of Days Gone being perfect. That's the problem. He said Assassin's Creed is showing us getting old. True. Assassin's Creed came out in 2007. We're in 2020, people. That is, it's a long time.
Do you know what? Funny enough, I'm actually playing the Rebel Collection on Switch.
Oh, really?
I'm playing through Black Flag again on the Switch.
It's one of my favorite ones. Yeah.
Blackbeard. Wow. I don't consider this a spoiler. If you haven't played Black Flag by now, that's your tough shit.
Yeah,
but I'm at the part where Blackbeard has died.
Yeah,
so I'm quite far into it. But I wanted to play. I got it for Rogue because it didn't release on. It only released on last gen.
Yeah. You never played Rogue before? No,
because I moved on to P. I was playing Black Flag on PS4 as a launch title when Rogue came out. So there's no way I would have gone backwards because I've jumped onto the next gen now. So I didn't care about a last gen Assassin's Creed when this Black Flag game that looks like this on this hardware.
But now Black Flag is more of a side. I mean, it's not a straight sequel. It's more kind of pushed to the side.
No, it's a straight sequel. It's a straight, that's mainline.
I enjoyed it.
The one that was side was Liberation.
To be honest, I only bought it because I play Portable a lot, and I just wanted to play Rogue. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to waste my money, so I'm playing Black Flag again because Rogue ties into Black Flag. It shares the storylines. Some of the characters appear again.
Yep.
But older. So I'm playing it for continuity's sake.
Yeah.
But I only got it on Switch because of the portable mode. Otherwise, I would have bought it on the PS4 Pro for the better visuals. But to be honest, I take the hit for portable sometimes.
Yeah.
It depends on the game.
Liberation. I don't know if you played that one. That was another good one too. It's Liberation.
Nah, I've got that. It's on there, isn't it? It's part of the collection.
Yeah, it should be part of the collection, the whole thing.
Is that PlayStation Vita?
Yeah, it's the Vita one with the FEMA.
That's the Vita one, yeah.
I might not have time for that one.
Right. The one that was real trash was a 3, in my opinion.
Yeah, I did not. That one was a big letdown for me. Like the length, it was just so much stuff with that one.
No, not me, but I understand it's different folks. I like that dude because I won't say what he said, but I mean,
might as well. The game's been out for a decade.
No, I won't say what he said, but no, I enjoyed that game. I would have liked to see the story of the guy that was help train. So,
not Adewale. Is it? Was it Adewale? No. Achilles.
The guy that trained the Native American kid.
Yeah,
I would like to see his story. I mean, I thought he had a pretty cool story. You know, getting here because he was black and treated like shit. And
he's in Rogue though.
He's in Rogue,
Yeah,
but I want to see his story. I want to use him.
To me, the best Assassin's Creed for me, and a lot of people aren't going to agree, but I don't give it. It's my. So you don't have to agree, but I think the one French Revolution one, because I'm a big fan of the French Revolution. You know the history of it. I love the French. I love that period, Louis the 14th, 15th. I love that. I studied that. I didn't like history in class when I was going to school, right, or college. But the only thing I liked about history was the French Revolution, because the French don't take no shit. Even now, they will riot. They will burn Paris. They will burn Paris if the government screws them. Trust me. Even the firefighters will fight with the police. And they're meant to be on the same fucking side, you know what I mean? Emergency services. But the French don't. You can't fuck with the French. That's what I like about the French. But anyway, I think was it Syndicate?
That's Unity. That's Unity you're talking about.
I think Unity was Unity was the best one.
Syndicate was London.
I loved Unity. I loved Unity. I finished that twice. I haven't even finished Syndicate. I got halfway through it and got bored.
That's interesting that you like Unity, because
Yeah, I
Unity's
mean,
the one
shit.
that like kind of.
That's the one that supposedly broke it. Broke the
Yeah,
series.
the one that they're like,
No, I'm
we
lucky.
need to
I'm
change
lucky.
shit up.
I'm
was
lucky. I'm lucky. I got into it.
CPU dependent.
I'm lucky. I didn't buy it at launch. I played Unity 5 months after release, so it was all fully patched.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's the way I was. I think I got it 90 days afterwards. But
So I didn't go
because
through
of
the problems
PlayStation-
that people went through. I had a perfect playthrough. The only thing I didn't like is, the crowds. I didn't like that their clothes just suddenly changed. Like they'd be in one outfit, and then the same person would be flicking to another clothing. Like I think it was a memory issue with. The game.
Yeah.
Like their clothes suddenly changed on them. Like the characters stayed the same, but the crowd, all their clothes changed.
Do you remember the glitch where they're like their faces disappeared and you just see eyes and
No,
like
I
teeth?
missed all that.
No, they corrected that. But no, you're right. It was
Look like the
trash.
gingerbread man. It was weird. Like their faces disappear. Me
Yeah, but
personally,
I think it's the setting I like the most, because
Yeah.
it's in Paris during the French Revolution, and I've got a connection to it because I understand the history. I've studied it,
Uh-huh.
so playing the game kind of made it feel real to me, because that shit really happened. That's not like some mysticism. That really happened. All that stuff happened.
okay.
Mary Antoinette was beheaded. They were all beheaded. She was called a whore. All of that stuff is real. That's real history.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, but I've enjoyed all.
I will say the GOAT for me will be Brotherhood. That's the GOAT for me.
See, I did not like that one.
You
That's
see?
the one I
Yeah.
really didn't like.
That was
I
my
liked them.
Because
That
you get more to the whole ranking system of an assassin. You see how it works, when you get your
Yeah,
own
that's true.
assassins, and then when they become actual legit assassins, they do the leap of faith. Then you get Ezio doing the ceremony. Like I love that attention to detail in Brotherhood. I loved it.
I finished
all
the
about
Egypt,
Origins.
the Egypt. Yeah, I
Like
finished
Origins? Okay.
I didn't
That's my
But
favorite.
I've played all the Assassin's Creeds, and I've finished most of them. There's just 2 I haven't finished. The one set in England, Syndicate, that bored the fuck out of me, and Odyssey. I think Odyssey's just too long, man.
Yeah, a lot of
honestly,
filler.
It is long. There's a lot going on in there.
You're gonna get a
Sometimes
lot
I'm
of that
doing-
with the
yeah,
newer
there's
ones. A lot of
Sometimes
filler.
I'm doing the main quest in it, yeah, and I think I'm following the right plot line, and then it takes me to side quests that have nothing to do with the main plot, but it's forced me to do them for some reason.
Yeah. Keighley, Assassin's Creed Rogue is good, but you know what pisses me off about Assassin's Creed Rogue? We don't get that character back again. Like that's the sad part. Some of these characters are badass, but they don't come back in sequels. Like they don't get another
they're
chance.
connected to Rogue. Is it Rogue and
Rogue
Unity?
is connected to
Is it
Unity.
connected?
Desmond Miles.
Rogue is a
Desmond
prequel.
Miles. He
Yeah.
was the worst one. Desmond Miles. Worst one. The worst character. The most boring actor. The boring character. He was like a dead Miles.
talking about Nolan North.
No.
Oh, is that who played him?
No, the actor's good, but the character was shit. The lines were.
I mean,
crap.
he wasn't really
And-
meant
and-
to be much. He was.
And actors, you know what? You can get the best actor in the world if he's got a shit script.
Yeah.
He's no longer a great actor for that role.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, I don't
Remember
know.
that? Do you
They
remember that
tried.
character?
I do
Desmond
remember.
Miles.
Yeah, he's the guy that you wake
Was
up
that
in present day.
Assassin's Creed 3?
He's in all of them. Well, he's in every one until Assassin's Creed. Technically, he makes cameos in pictures or like in old
Yeah, but you
archive
got to
footage.
control him in
Yeah,
3, though,
but
innit?
you play as him through Assassin's Creed 1 through 3.
Why
No,
do I only
through
remember
4.
him from-
Assassin's Creed 4.
Why do
is the
I
one
only
you
remember him in Assassin's Creed?
The first one?
See, I mean, they make reference to him in all the other games.
Yeah.
But I only remember actually playing as him in Assassin's Creed 3. I don't remember him in the first game.
Yeah, he's in all of them. Like, remember they take the breaks, you walk around as him and shit like that. They always do
Oh,
this
you
shit.
mean
yeah.
the stupid crappy
Yeah.
scenes when you're
Yeah,
in the
they
real
always
world?
they always bring you back to the real world, and you gotta relive.
Yeah,
They do it in
that's why I don't
Odyssey.
remember.
Yeah,
I
they do.
remember that was a plot twist. The first game.
Yeah.
Like, wait,
I would
this is a
say they get rid of
simulation.
that.
Yeah,
They should get rid of that. They
Yeah,
should
it's
kill
still
that.
a simulation too. By the way.
yeah. They do it for the
They-
new
they
chick.
should get
It's a
rid
new
of- they should
female
get rid of
character.
those scenes.
Yeah,
You know
there's a
those
young
scenes in the
woman
game.
who's the
Yeah.
character now.
They should lose that for the next games. They should just make it that you're not bothering with this.
Like, I don't know what they're trying to
time
prove with it,
machine
to be
shit.
honest with you. The first time it made sense because they were trying to stop the plague, but then after that, Desmond kills himself and it's over. I was like, okay, cool,
Yeah,
we're
they
done.
shit the bed with the story. The story
Right,
is
it's
now.
stupid now. It doesn't make sense. This feels like you're just making it for the sake of making it to milk the cow more. It's weird for that.
It's like time wasting. Go over here. Go over there.
Mm-hmm.
Go to your animus. Walk around here. It's totally useless.
Hey, did you know you can stretch your legs and do a leap of faith? I'm like, do you know I don't give a shit about this character?
Do you know
Can I
in
get back
Black
to the
Flag,
game?
In Black Flag, they got you breaking into offices and stealing files, and then it's so boring. I just want to get back on.
Oh
the
yeah,
road.
because you're an undercover assassin. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Whenever
You're
I
working
get
at the
them
cubicle.
parts, I just want to get back and cutting cutlasses, man. Just give me the sword. Let me kill people. I don't want to be walking around
Yep.
this office.
They're trying to say that it was funny. You know that's the studio, right? I think that's the Ubisoft studio, legit studio. And they were trying to say that they're trying to say that
characters is a developer. Do you know that?
they were trying to say that
Black Flag.
Ubisoft for Templars. I don't know if y'all caught the reference. They were saying that Ubisoft for Templars for microtransactions.
For microtransactions, yeah. I do remember
That's
that.
the
Well,
reference.
in Black Flag, yeah, in the office parts, the guy wearing the glasses, who's like the CEO, he's actually a developer who came on stage to introduce Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
He's the same developer that was on stage acting all shy to tell you about Watch Dogs all those years ago.
Oh, bro, don't mention Minerva, Keighley. That was the biggest plot twist of all time. I don't know what was going on with that. They didn't think that through. She was supposed to end it, and they just they screwed it up. Oh, Lord.
Ubisoft do love themselves, though, don't they? Because they always put their building in games. Is there a game where they got building there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ubisoft building,
That is true.
like in the open world, like
In the division as well.
Yep.
Like why do you have to? What's the point in that? Like that's just too much. We know you made the game. We know.
Yep, that's true. Well, I got 2 topics left, and I'm going to shut it down, people. That has been a good show. Hit that like button. Let's get 100 likes on this show, man. Shout out to everybody that's here. Let's get into this one. Everybody's saying, Ryan, do you have anything for PS5? Well, there was reports. Again, it's not really confirmation, but according to a Bloomberg report, PS5 reveal could possibly be in April, if you want to take that for what it is.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Take that for what it is, people. April, PS5 reveal. Do you guys care?
That sounds like an internal delay because before the holidays, it was definitely for February.
Uh-huh.
Sony's backtracked for some reason.
I think it's coronavirus.
I don't know what's stalling them, but for some reason, they've kind of delayed themselves. It's not a delay because they didn't announce a date, but internally it's a delay because they had a plan and now they've kind of changed the date because they was never doing it at the end of April. That's so April. It's coming out in fucking November, allegedly.
Yeah,
April,
I don't think it
man.
is. I think it's going to come out in May of next year.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they don't need it. They don't really need it this year. I mean, they got
but
murder
I'm not being
games.
funny. Just because you think it though doesn't mean it's going to happen because people.
Oh no, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
People will take what you're saying
And
say,
go, that's it.
coming out in May. A whole bunch of videos, useless videos coming.
And
up
you
on
laugh, but
YouTube
you
about
see it every
May.
day.
No, I mean, you're right. I mean, you're
You see
right.
it every
I'm laughing.
day.
Right. But no, I just
See it
there's
every
no
day.
way to put it out when you got games like Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us, the Avengers, all that's coming out. And just put it out, and when MLB comes out next
No,
year.
but think about it though. Didn't think about this though. Tell me if this doesn't seem weird. Last month, Sony announced they're gonna have a month-long celebration until the 16th. Has anyone seen any fucking evidence of this celebration?
Yes.
Where?
You telling me you don't trust Twitter sources?
The division. All right. Well, the division part is $3, part of the celebration. So if anybody wants to,
they said they're gonna be doing something all month long.
Yeah.
Celebrating 25 years of PlayStation.
Yep.
Where is it? Where is it? What?
Yeah, I didn't see not a one picture or anybody at the event. Yeah, that's weird too. Yeah, I didn't see shit.
I don't even hear about a roadshow. I haven't even heard about a lorry pulling up.
Yeah,
Where?
good shit. I forgot about it too. Yeah, that is so true.
I don't even know why they tweeted that. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. I don't know what the fuck what was going on again.
And Sony's not even an insider. It's themselves, and even nothing happened.
Mm-hmm. That is true. That's very, very true.
I don't know what's going on over there. It's like,
well, I mean, they got the power.
It's like they had plans. No, it's like, no, I don't think it's anything to do with. I think it's to do with they had plans.
They had to
something's changed for them. They've had to. There's a setback somewhere. I don't know if it's to do with Microsoft and this whole price thing. I don't know if it's to do with it costing them $450 per unit. I don't know what it is to do with, but there's a setback going on there because this has gone beyond the schedule that was originally planned.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Because last year it was all about February. And now we've come into February, and then we're hearing about end of April.
Yep.
I'm gonna be dead then, motherfucker. You better show it to me now.
And it's only so long people are gonna wait, and have this anticipation. Even though it's still the most anticipated console. I mean, again, there's a limit to how long people are gonna wait. That's apparent. So
no, I don't think they're doing it on purpose.
Yeah, I know. It's shit that's in the.
I don't think they're doing a strong arm thing, like because we're the leaders,
right?
We're gonna make everyone wait. Because that's why you're punishing your fan base that made you successful.
Exactly.
No, I think something's happened internally.
Mm-hmm.
That it's a bad move for them to do anything now. For whatever reason, they think it's a bad move to go ahead with any plans because April is just no one's done anything in April ever.
Yep.
I have never heard of a console being shown off in April.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I think I've been told they're going to delay it till next year to concentrate on the games they got coming out this year. We'll have to wait and see.
Oh boy.
I mean, I do know it's going to be.
Well, that's true. The internet will melt, and so.
I don't know why. I mean, all right, if they say the game
because the dudes are going to say it's over. They don't have nothing.
Well, so what? Who cares what they say? I mean, you got a bunch of, like I said, guys like the butt of their biscuit.
People are expecting PS5 reveals at fucking game developer conference.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Whatever's coming up what's coming up in March?
MLB The Show and
No. In terms of events, industry events.
March. Oh, that I don't know.
Something's happening in March. No, something is happening.
Was PAX happening soon or something?
No, something to do with developers. Something to do with
GDC.
Yeah, I think it is Game Developer Conference. I think so. I'm not sure. It's to do with developers talking about their latest engines, their engines and stuff.
No, okay.
And whatever they're doing in the development community. But people are expecting a whole bunch of PS5 stuff. The most you'll hear about is game engines that will run on next-gen systems. You're not going to see no PS5 there.
I agree.
Yeah. I can give you that for sure. Med, you want to add on anything to this? Med, you there?
He's fallen asleep waiting for PS5 reveal.
I would like to add to something.
Go ahead, brother.
Of just speculating, just wait for the goddamn system, man. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. That's what I'm doing.
It sounds easy on paper, though, isn't it? But remember, we're dealing with we're dealing with morons here.
Trust me, I am like just looking on the internet just to see any leaks. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? Let me not cater to my curiosity. Let me get amazed. The fact that they're going to show something a little bit more different, and I'll just let my curiosity be my best friend for the time remaining. And if it happens to be for next year, it's going to be the same plot. You're just going to have to wait till they announce the console and how it looks.
Yep.
Chris in the chat said something that stands out to me. Foxy Games UK. Chris said they also said they have hundreds of events. Yeah, I mean, there isn't any there's no hundreds of events in any year. What hundreds of events?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like they're going to have 100 state of plays. No way. No, that's not happening.
And how much would that cost you?
Yeah.
How much would hundreds of events cost you to attend?
$4.
Rather than just having one big E3. I don't get it.
Yeah. Good point. I bet you want to add on to that?
Wait, I'm sorry. I was actually on a quick phone call. What are we even talking about?
Oh no, it was what was it for fucking shit? What was the topic?
PS5.
It was,
I'll let you guys talk about that. I don't. Really
no, because I was about to end on a game. That's why I was asking if you wanted to add anything to that.
Nah, you got it.
All right, well, last topic. Last of Us 2.
But when
Sorry, what was up?
Last of Us 2, Last of Us 2.
What you about to say? Before I get
No,
to
I was gonna say when they show it, people are gonna be blown away. But it's getting to that point that's frustrating. I can understand the frustration because if Microsoft hadn't showed their hand, I don't think people would be so eager for Sony. But because Microsoft's put the console out there, it makes Sony look like they're in the slow lane.
Right. Okay. Good point. I definitely agree there. The last topic I have for everybody, and of course for the chat, I don't know if y'all heard, is for Last of Us Part 2. Supposedly they're putting the final touches on it right now, and the game will be playable at PAX East. So my question for all you guys is this. Obviously, this is no doubt going to be pretty much the biggest game of this year. And for a lot of people, this is like going to more likely be their game of the gen in many ways. Now, my question for you guys is how hyped are you and what's your excitement level now that this information is out here for The Last of Us 2?
A 6, and it's not the biggest game of the year. That is fine.
Oh, God.
He said Final Fantasy?
Yeah, that remake.
Ejecto!
You can't put a price on nostalgia. That is a huge community. People tearing up.
That game's not even complete, too. That's the sad part. Yeah, it's not even complete.
But I think I'm happy that we got more information about it, and we'll get a little more.
So how are they planning to do this? Are they really going to be doing like? I know it's kind of like it's like entry level, right? It's like episodic. So does it say to be continued when you get to the credits? Is that how
Maybe. I mean, it is. I'm glad it's got information that's coming out. I know a lot of people are disappointed in the delay, but at the end of the day, the biggest game coming out this year is Final Fantasy, that remake.
It'll have a cliffhanger ending. It won't just say to continue. It'll have a proper ending.
So they're gonna pull Avengers.
You'll know the story's not over. You know this.
So they're probably pulling Avengers. What was it, Age of Ultron? When he was like Avengers.
Age of Ultron. Yeah.
He's like,
wait and see. I'm excited for it. Like I said, I want to. I mean, the game is coming. Like I said, I threw 5 on it when I picked up a game. I can't get this XCOM game to work on my system now. But so that's disappointing. But at the end of the day, it is a big game, and like I said, I don't think you'll hear anything about the PS5 going back to that until after this game hits. I mean, this is supposed to be the game of the generation. This is the greatest game of all time to hear people talking about it. So let's see what they got. I mean, I'm excited for it. Anytime you got 2 women kissing each other with their tongues, for Christ's sake, I'm interested in the game. So yeah, but I don't know if it's going to be all that. I know the Final Fantasy VII, you can actually pull people up online reacting to that trailer, crying. So because of the music and how excited they are. So I know that's going to be the big game. But we'll have to wait and see. But that's just my opinion. It's subjective.
Okay, all right.
I'm just a crazy old man. It's right on.
Meds, how you feel about it, bro?
I'm indifferent, honestly. Like, not that I don't like or care about The Last of Us, but it's not one of my like most anticipated games.
So it's Doom for you.
Yeah, it's Doom and Cyberpunk.
Let's keep it real. This is Doom for you. You're Doom, man.
Yeah.
I guess.
And that
not that I'm not looking forward to The Last of Us, because I am, but not like I'm not jumping out of my chair for it.
That's the way I feel. Excited, but just kind of like,
okay.
I'll play when I play.
Carlos, how you feeling about it?
I'm looking forward to The Last of Us 2. I really want to continue the story. I'm also very happy and glad to see that we're getting another kick-ass Doom game, and I'm hoping to enjoy every gory moment in Doom Eternal.
All right.
I'm excited for
what's
both
the
games.
purpose of that
I
game?
see everybody's getting on PC.
Shoot
like,
shit up and you make it splat.
Rip and tear. That's the purpose.
Pretty much
Rip
it, yeah. Dismember and have just kill.
You get the shoddy and you go to work.
It's not like what you saw with The Rock. It ain't nothing like that. Nah, it ain't that shit.
Nah, man, you get that chainsaw and you go bone saw, baby. Let's go.
Let me tell you something. Right?
Like Gears of War.
I really like games that just have like ridiculous levels of violence. Like it makes me giddy. Like if you see my face when I hit somebody in Gears of War with a shotgun and the body just goes splattering everywhere, bro, I have the biggest cheesy smile on my face every single time. I love that shit. I love that shit. And that's how I feel like playing Doom too.
That soundtrack be beast too, though. Get your blood
boiling.
Yeah,
the soundtrack gets you going.
That shit dope. I like that.
I like that Gears of War. That gun, it shot and it slid on the ground, and then you had to like blow it up when it got close to him. That was actually pretty.
Okay.
So I was like, ha ha ha, boom.
Mr. Fox, how you feeling about it? Last of Us 2.
It's Naughty Dog. Enough said.
They call him a naughty god. So I mean,
never disappointed. I've never been disappointed. Look, I'll do a Jeff Keighley monologue. 25 years ago, I played my first Naughty Dog game, and it brings me to this point where I have to say, I hope I played 25 more years of Naughty Dog games.
Speak with your heart, brother.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I'm excited for it. They're talking about greatest game ever. Like I said, they got a game with two girls kissing each other. So I just remember seeing that and then it blending right into.
I already know you're gonna hit the checkpoint on that scene. You're just gonna die and replay that over and over and over.
I'm a screenshot that. I mean, like, well, this is the way you kiss somebody.
I mean, dog. Like, for those of you, here's a fun fact about Craig, the tech guy here. Yeah, I remember Detroit. Yeah, I remember Chloe at the start of Detroit, the starting screen before you get into the story. You know what I'm talking about? The android. I remember you took like 14 screenshots of this girl before you even got into the gameplay.
I couldn't believe it.
You was like, oh my God, this chick looks so real. I'm like, bro, you not even started the damn game yet.
She knew I played the demo. She said, I can see that I detect that you played the Detroit demo. How was that experience? Did you enjoy it? I was just sitting there like, the game really, because you see the screenshots, it's like, well, the game won't really look like that. So when I first saw that, I was just like, this is stunning. How did they do this?
I like how she changed.
Ryan, you got a super chat. You might want to read out. They paid for you to read out this dumbass comment.
Oh God!
But now, Big Clouds, I just want the people to know I'm $28 away from getting my 5600 XT. I have a chub in my pants, so keep it going, people. All right, so here we go. Go ahead, Big Cloud.
Shout out to Sovereign for the $5 super chat. He says, in all honesty, who here loved Witcher 3? For me, Borefest, Ninja Theory is
Witcher 3 is amazing. 1,000+ hours, and I'm proud.
God damn, 1,000+. Well,
I'm still playing.
I mean, you bought it on 2 platforms. You bought it on the Switch, for guys' sake.
I bought it on everything.
Oh, you bought it on everything? Okay.
I bought it on the PC. I got it on the Xbox. I got it on the PlayStation. I got it on the Nintendo.
Did you get it to work on your? Did it still crash on PC for you? No. Did it fix?
To be honest, I spend more time playing it in portable mode.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Yeah, I really do like that game.
I finished it on all the platforms though.
Damn. Yeah. So you really worked on that.
That's how I got 1,000 hours out of it. Because
damn.
I did about 600 hours on the PlayStation 4 alone.
Yeah, I got a bunch of hours on that game. That game is just fun. I mean, and if you don't hold yourself out, Yennefer is much more appreciative.
I love that game. I love that game. The Witcher 3 is forever a classic. I think I haven't played a game more in my entire life than I've played The Witcher 3.
Yeah,
I've never put 1,000 hours into a game. Never.
Mm-hmm.
I have, but yeah, now that game is fun. I got no qualms with that game. The expansions are really good. I mean, real good. They're not just these basic.
It's a real grown-ups game. It's for adults, not for kids.
Yeah, it's fun.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is episode 101. I can't believe I'm saying that. We're in the hundreds now. But 101 is officially in the books. Shout out to everybody that came through. I do appreciate it, man. Thank you guys so very much. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of the RGT Podcast. Big shout out to the homie, my brother, Medj, coming through. Obviously, I'm going to get the rest of the Ultra preset podcasts on here momentarily for sure. Different schedules, obviously, but I'm going to get them on here. Yeah, good shit. Everybody on the panel. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. I'm going to let everybody do their outros, and we going to shut it down. So, the Messiah, go ahead.
Well, thanks for having me. Don't butter your biscuits, people, and play your games and have fun. Have a great Valentine's Day. And, remember, the couch pulls out, but you don't. Peace out.
Shout out to you guys for allowing us to reach 101 episodes. Thank you. I appreciate it. Mr. Medj, you had the floor, brother.
All right. Well, again, thank you, Ryan. I'm again an honorary RGTer, so it's my house, but it's always good to be here talking with you guys. And thanks for filling in yesterday. We needed you, and you came in clutch on the Ultra Preset podcast that all of you should be listening to as well, by the way. Just follow me on Twitter at actuallymeds, and I post dumb shit when I'm drunk sometimes.
Absolutely. Definitely tune into that. It's on Merc 305's channel. He's a good dude, good content.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Craig Harris. I mean, not Craig, fucking Craig. Carlos Fernandez, my bad. I said Craig.
Butter your biscuits, son. Nah.
Hey, he does the voice anyway, so don't mind.
Nah, man. It's likewise a pleasure and just having fun and talking topics with every single individual in this panel. As always, gamer by choice, not by trend. And please tune in next week for episode 102. We out.
All right. And I see somebody said they're going to watch Sonic the Hedgehog on Valentine's Day. Go with God, my brother. Go with God.
Yeah, have fun. I hope you enjoy it.
Shout out to Kugo. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. And, of course, last but not least, my other brother from the other side of the tracks. He's over there in the UK, Mr. Foxy Games, UK.
Yeah, I'm moving house, so sadly, I'm not gonna have my internet turned on for 2 weeks. That's when the engineer's coming over to do the transfer. So I'm probably gonna be off the grid for like 2 weeks. You know, if I'm tweeting, it'll be from my phone, so there'll be no videos, no YouTube activity, nothing for 2 weeks. So that's that.
All good, brother. Enjoy that, enjoy that time from the internet and just
well, I won't enjoy it. I won't enjoy it, will I? I want to be making videos. That's the point. I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
It shouldn't take 2 weeks. What the fuck? We live in the 2020, not 1921.
So you have to do a full transfer. Yeah, usually that's crazy. Huh?
No, it's my fault. I didn't know I had to give them notice. I thought I'd ring them. Be a couple of days. They said, it's 2 weeks. They said normally a month, but because I told them I'm a YouTuber, they said, all right, then we'll break the rules for you. 2 weeks. I goes, 2 weeks? You make it sound like you do me a favor. That's still a slow death.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, though. You know what I mean? So my internet goes off like on Monday, and it won't be back on until the 28th.
Yeah. Well,
fucked up, but that's the way it is. That's what happens when you move house, man.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm saying? Everything I've got is in my whole life is in boxes right now.
Yeah. I'm glad everything's working is good for you though. At least nothing bad. Everything's fine.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Once it's all up and running, like where I'm moving to is way better than.
Yeah, so it's a bright side.
It's an upgrade, believe me, but that's not the point though. It's I didn't expect so much disruption.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm lost without YouTube. I'm gonna have to watch regular TV for 2 weeks. Can you imagine that?
Well, The Walking Dead would be back on in 2 weeks.
I don't watch.
There's nothing wrong with regular TV.
No, I don't. I haven't watched TV. I haven't watched TV in like 4 years. Everything I watch is on YouTube or Netflix or some kind of streaming package. I don't deal with regular cable or broadcast TV. That's bullshit TV, man. I choose what I want to watch. I don't want it to tell me this is what's on, this is what's coming on at this time. No, I want to watch it when I want to watch it. That's how I watch it.
I got you. Well, in 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, the Fox will definitely return, and y'all see him in his full glory back on YouTube. But like I said before, man, appreciate everybody who came through. Awesome show. I do appreciate everybody as always, man. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a good one. Enjoy your weekend, and y'all be blessed. Until next time, it's Big Cloud Gaming and the crew. We signing out. Y'all have a good one. Later.
Peace and
love. I'll be back, man. I'll be back.
Absolutely.